You know how it's like there's no bad, because we had this discussion in the other thing about bad and good, and there's no good. But technically,
perspective. But
not
yeah,
from not what he said. He just said everyone is bad.
Yeah, but they all think they're good.
Do they? I thought he was suggesting that
They're their own good. No,
okay. I thought he was suggesting that they know they're bad. They're doing the wrong thing.
no. When you play them, they're bad. They're a bad guy. They're all bad. Anyways,
But there's less bad, which almost internally makes you good.
no. Hello and welcome to this Crabtails reaction video. My name's Bryce. I'm joined by Kirren.
Hey.
And Jayson.
Hey, buddy, what's up? The moment you've been waiting for is finally here.
This is the moment that everyone has been waiting for.
Yeah.
We're finally reacting. A quick reaction to every single Warhammer 40k faction explained. Part 1 by Bricky.
Can I say something?
No.
Heresy.
Heresy.
Nice.
I
Can I
see
say
that-
something?
Yeah.
Astartes.
Astartes. Yep. Great job, guys. You're learning. You're picking up
We're
all
on
the
the
lingo.
learning train.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch 20 minutes of this. Is that what we agreed on?
I thought we were doing a faction, and then
What, a faction?
Well, how long is a fact? Well, we just shouldn't be.
Well,
in the
they're all
video,
different.
but-
They're all different lengths.
We want to discuss it after the faction
So
to get it into our heads.
Okay, let me rephrase that. We'll pause it after every faction,
Yeah,
but we'll do 20 minutes in a video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's going to be longer than 20 minutes because of the talking and this what
this
we're doing
bit,
now.
this bit right here, where we
Yeah,
where
okay.
we're figuring out the video.
Yeah, we're working out the video as we're recording the video. Sorry about that, but yeah.
So, what do you guys remember about Warhammer?
We watched the Astartes,
Mm-hmm.
and they broke into a ship.
I forgot a lot of things.
Okay.
Stole the brain.
I
It's
forgot
been a while.
lot of things.
And then we watched the trailer
What
for...
are the 4 things called that are like I called them demigods on the way
I
here.
was going to say what we'd watched so far.
Oh, sorry, go keep going.
So rude.
I've interrupted him.
He's just so.
Was there
excited,
4 of
man.
them?
There's-
Keep going.
Continue,
Keep going.
Karen.
Keep going. Sorry. Sorry.
Such a mess. What was the other thing? Hour of... What was that? The trailer we watched for the release?
The Horus Heresy cinematic trailer.
Yeah. Hour of Devastation. That's magic. And then we learnt about... Do we get a quick overrun of everything? That's what we're doing? Or is it introduction to it?
There was introduction.
No, introduction. Yeah, so it was just explaining the setting, I guess, of the universe.
Yes.
Which then it brought out the Chaos Gods, which Jason's
Chaos
talking
Gods.
about.
He said demigods in the car.
Yeah,
Not
well,
quite.
I forgot. I know I got gods right.
And
And,
who are
there's
the
4 of them.
Who are they?
There's more than 4, but there's 4 main ones.
Okay, well
Oh.
that's
So you've got Khorne,
mm-hmm.
Nurgle, Slanesh, and try not to butcher it, Tzeentch.
Siege.
Tzeentch. It's like TZ. It's
like tzatziki.
yeah, but it's Tzeentch. It's
Ah.
weird.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah.
And then we're gonna go through some factions. I don't know how many factions there are in total. Do you know how many there are in total? There's no one.
There's at least 2 parts worth.
There you go. All right. There's a lot that worship the guy, sacrifices and stuff. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
And I'm gonna...
My
Jason and
brain's
I
ready.
are going to pick our favourite faction.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We always do.
We're gonna
it.
do a long
We always
podcast
do
about
it.
favorite factions in Warhammer.
Yuck. All right. Well,
So yuck about it.
yeah. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them, you will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about to add a little bit more context and possible comedy to whatever the hell I am currently doing. So, hello everybody, my name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and a large project that has been going on for quite some time. This is... I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer 40k race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little bit of talking about the tabletop, but mostly lore, what they're all about,
that
and
editing?
also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is. Now you see, Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 is a
I've seen a
universe
Warhammer.
people hear plenty of, but don't know a whole lot about. They see, oh, there's these dudes in big power armor with chainsaw swords, and they got these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, And then there's these spiky bitches over here, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions in Warhammer. So overall, the Warhammer universe is vast when it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different with the things that they believe.
What up, Jay?
What was that map?
There you go. There's a few.
Was that a map?
That was a our universe.
Our universe.
Yeah.
You weeb. Chaos Demons, Blood Angels.
Our they're not like the Milky Way, but the bigger one. So not our solar system, but like all the solar systems in our big thing.
Okay. Is it got subtitles as well?
Oh, do you want subtitles?
I don't know, just in case he
Some
said
names.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to pick up the proper name anyway.
Oh, they're auto-generated.
Yeah.
Leave him, and some are human, some are transhuman, like where they all have all these crazy ass
I don't know why you even added them, Bryce.
Sorry.
electronics on them. You've got aliens, and you've got the chaos factions, and there's so much to detail that I decided to embark on this project to tell you what each and every single one of them is about, and what the Warhammer universe is about as well, to give at least a little bit of an intro to this extremely bloated but very, very enjoyable world that I and many others partake in. So, I will be explaining every single faction in the Warhammer 40k universe, at least all the factions you can play as, and some smaller factions here and there. I will not be discussing absolutely everything in it, because that is a little bit much, and I'm not going to go too mega deep into the lore. I'm going to give you a pretty solid overview of each of the different factions and have you learn a little bit about them, and we'll discuss a little bit of the tabletop as well, in case you are curious about that. But for this episode entirely, we are discussing the Imperium of Man, because that takes up a fat chunk of Warhammer lore. Oh, boo-hoo. What is Warhammer 40,000? Well, the 40,000 starts off is the year 40,000, the 41st millennium. That's where it takes place, is in the year 40,000, 41,000 AD. You're already more knowledgeable. Let me read you a quote, first of many quotes in this video. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the Kirren Lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. To be a man in such times is to be amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future, there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. Everything blows, and it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is probably the most dark and depressing universes ever in fiction, or at least like top 3. Everything is so absurdly horrible, destructive, or overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like Dota. War rages across the galaxy. Interstellar travel is only possible due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be your god. Demonic gods and just demons tear open the fabric of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or even other humans end up killing each other in untold billions across the galaxy. It is a time of unending war, slaughter, and a bloodbath amongst everybody. Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed on a whim. Everything sucks, but that's like the charm of it. See, everything in Warhammer is evil.
Such a
but
weird
being
way to look
evil
at
is
it.
kind of
That's what
fun. Like
Bryce loves
humanity,
it. Yeah.
in its own right, is a xenophobic, prejudice, and religious zealot group that kill each other just as much as they kill all of their enemies. And they're like mid to high tier evil on the evil scale of Warhammer.
Why is there an
Nobody is
evil
good.
scale?
No matter who you are,
Nobody's
everyone is some flavor, some color of evil. Whoever you pick, you are going to be the bad guy. But that's the fun of it. Because being the bad guy is badass. Villains are cool. They look cool, they got cool outfits, they got cool weapons, they got cool armies. Villains are cool, man. And when everyone is a villain, everyone is pretty cool. That's what makes this so charming, is that everyone can be the bad guy. So let's start off talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote, the Imperium of Man.
His hair, whack. His gear.
Pause it for 1 second. There's an ad. Perfect. You know how it's like there's no bad, because we had this discussion in the other thing about bad and good, and there's no good. But technically,
perspective. But yeah, go on.
not what he said. He just said everyone is bad.
Yeah, but they all think they're good.
Do they? I thought he was suggesting that
They're their own good. No,
Oh, okay. I thought he was suggesting that they know they're bad. They're doing the wrong thing.
no. When you play them, they're bad. They're a bad guy. They're all bad. Anyways, go
But
on.
there's less bad, which almost internally makes you good.
No. Mm-mm.
I don't know. That was from the trailer thing that he was reading. Hey,
A
lot of the things-
The trailer thing fluffed it up a bit more, I think.
yeah.
The
But I remember
explanation.
seeing some of the lines like were very similar. But from what I remember, which was a while ago. So, but yeah, that was all I had to say about that.
And they all have different goals. All these I forgot the word already.
Factions? Yeah,
He didn't say factions.
Fractions or factions?
He didn't call them factions.
it's in the name.
I
of
know, but he didn't call them that when he said it. Sorry.
Fucking nitpicking.
But no, that's why I thought, is there like multiple names you can call it? But yeah,
And they have different goals, or they're all trying to please this god?
they all have to.
Some serve the gods, some serve themselves, some just want to live a humble life and conquer the universe.
Wait, so not all of them serve the god? The god on the throne that's
No.
carcass and sacrificing souls
Not all of who?
of
Everyone in
every
the
faction.
Factions.
No,
For some reason,
because there's all aliens and stuff.
yeah, I guess the sacrificing. I'm gonna bring this up again. I think
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
said, but the sacrificing of 1,000 souls. Do they have to be human?
They have to be human psychers
Okay.
or just psychers, but I don't think they not use humans.
How do you know if you're a psyker again?
Because you have special war powers.
Okay. What happens if you don't have 1,000 of you?
Like 99
There's
one day.
like trillions and trillions.
Okay. But you do it every day.
Yeah.
Like the math's gonna catch up to you eventually.
So when you're done that,
Yeah. Do we get Billy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's watch his ad.
Yeah.
Tragedy
Tragedy
wait.
is a bad.
if the guy in the chair dies, what happens?
He can't die from what it was suggesting.
No, they're keeping him alive by
Yeah, no, but
sacrificing.
That's his punishment is because he's getting punished, right?
No.
Is he not getting punished
No,
to
he's
live in
just
such
so
a
old, they're
horrible?
trying
I
to keep
mean,
him alive.
It is punishing, but he's not being punished.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not like he did bad and they're like, we're going to punish you for that.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to tell you what happened? He had a fight with his son.
Yeah,
and his
you
son
did
fucked
mention it.
him up.
Now that you've said it, and I remember you saying it. In the other video.
Is the sun out there?
You know the guy, Horace, his name's Horace, from that cinematic
yeah.
trailer, the one that's all like,
Yeah.
yeah, him.
Ah.
No, he's not out there anymore.
Oh.
Oh. Great.
Spoilers.
So technically, it's not just him that's getting punished. Well, he is getting punished.
Why is he getting punished? No, because
Isn't
he's,
it like-
he's keeping the Imperium alive.
Isn't he like in pain? Isn't that what they
Mm.
said? He's in pain. He's
sounds like his problem.
It does, but I'm saying like it's not just his problem. All these other people that are getting sacrificed every fucking day also
Yeah.
have a bit of a.
But it means that humanity as the whole gets to continue existing. Because without them, they can't travel the warp, and without being able to travel the warp, who knows what could happen?
Interesting. Okay, I'm here to learn about the first one, which I've already forgotten.
Whack!
The
Oh, it says
Imperium
it
of
there.
Man is the main empire of the human race. All of humanity is under this one flag called the Imperium. And about 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the Emperor, the Emperor of Mankind, a 10-foot-tall psychic demigod who led humanity across the stars to colonize tons and tons of worlds, create superhuman soldiers, and really bring humanity into a new age. This man, the Emperor of Mankind, was a psyker. And a psyker is like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40k, there is the warp, the immaterium, kind of like hell, but sort of like a purgatory dimension of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff, like witchcraft stuff, magician stuff, spells, and lots of other things, but we don't want to get too into that. The Emperor, big boy psyker. Top tier, A+, maybe even S. Now, the Emperor created a bunch of sons. Yes, created a bunch of sons known as the Primarchs. He created 18 Primarchs to have them lead all of the different
Why is that
legions
funny?
of
What happened to the
humanity
Avatar?
different
We don't know.
stars and
Oh.
plans to help colonize and bring it out. These Primarchs are basically like little versions of the Emperor. Not all of them are psychers, but a lot of them are very, very powerful, and they lead
that
his
Astartes?
special Space Marine legions. Then this big clusterfuck
Primarch.
happened called the
true.
Horus Heresy, where the
told us that.
Emperor's favorite son, the Primarch, Horus, ended up joining Chaos and leading 9 of the 18, half of his Primarchs directly to Earth to fight down the Emperor himself. Now, if you want to know what Chaos is, remember what I mentioned earlier, the warp, that immaterium, the hellish place? In there relies the 4 Chaos gods. Imagine like Satan and 3 other Satans. The warp being kind of
Three.
evil, those Chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those Chaos gods manipulated Horus, and then Horus helped manipulate all 8 other Primarchs
metal as
to lead
fuck.
this giant coup directly on the Emperor on Earth. And they fucked up shit. After this huge civil war, Horus died, but not before brutally wounding the Emperor. And right at the end of his life, they put the Emperor on this large golden throne on Earth, in which he is now alive, just barely, but slowly rotting away, powering something called the Astronomicon, so long as he stays alive, and is fed 1,000 people a day. The Astronomicon is like the North Star. If you want to do interstellar travel in 40k, you need to pass through that demonic warp I mentioned earlier. But how do you know where you're going? Well, the Emperor is there putting a nice little navigator right there. He helps navigate you to know where you're going. If you want to go from Earth to some crazy solar system across the way, you need to go through that warp, and then you need to know where you're going, go through there, and pop your way out. It's like doing nether travel in Minecraft, so you can shorten the distance between going to areas. So long as the Emperor is alive and being fed 1,000 people a day to stay alive, you can do that. The moment he dies, interstellar travel's gone for all of humanity. You're so boned. Now, since the Horus Heresy 10,000
like
years
fuel.
ago, the Imperium has fallen from grace
fueled, yeah.
substantially.
But
All
is he fuel for
technology
them
has
to travel
started to
to?
dwindle and die. There is now giant
He's a
fundamental
lighthouse.
religious
okay.
extremists that now believe the Emperor of Mankind was a deity, a true living god, which is probably the last thing the Emperor would have wanted to be remembered for. So now you have this thing called the Ecclesiarchy, which is this giant church entirely devoted to
Not gonna
spreading
remember
the
that
good word of the Emperor. He is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor of mankind, and all of the Imperium has taken up worshiping him to the fullest extent and killing anything that isn't humanity in his name. The Imperium has this futuristic
That looks
gothic
cool.
tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry to them. If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic. Heretics die in 40k. There is no such thing as freedom of religion. There is no such thing as freedom of speech, so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance. Everyone is a religious zealot. Some more than others, but no matter what, you preach in that good word. So right now, everyone in humanity is trying to expand their empire across the stars. If you are a heretic, someone who doesn't believe in the Emperor, you are deserving of death. If you believe in the Chaos Gods, you are also a heretic, and you deserve death. If you are an alien race of any kind, you are a filthy Xenos and you deserve death as well. So long as the murder continues and humanity expands, the Imperium of Man is very, very happy. However, the largest fighting force of this Imperium is my personal favorite faction, and the first faction we will discuss, the Astra Militarum, or also known as the Imperial Guard.
Any questions,
I
guys?
do. So they say it's heresy to believe in the Chaos Gods, even though they messed with
It's not to believe. Or was it to believe in them?
Well, you can believe that they exist,
Oh, okay.
but you have to believe that you can't speak out against the Emperor, but also you can't worship those Chaos Gods because then that's heresy.
I thought, oh, was it like speaking about them? You don't speak about them.
Yeah, something like that.
But they mess with the Emperor, or is that why?
Yeah, that's pretty much why they turned the Emperor's sons against the Emperor, and so it's like bad to. Even
Oh,
deal
I
with
see.
that.
Yep.
So with the humans thing, so it helps humans be able to travel through the warp,
Mhm.
right? But there would be a human out there that would be like, I like traveling through this warp. That's pretty cool. But I don't believe in the Emperor.
I mean, you can
But then you would be a heretic.
you'd be a heretic. You could still travel through the warp.
But not if he
'Cause
dies.
You don't have to pay a toll.
Yeah, but you wanker. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but like, because people, it's like I don't believe in his actions, but I believe that the main goal is good or it helps us. So I'm not with you. I'm not against you, but I'm neutral. But obviously, there's no neutral in
There's
this.
no
It's
neutral,
you're
yeah.
with or against.
There's no fence sitting now.
But can you lie? I don't
Sure.
know how much like.
But then, if a psychic
Conversation.
questions you, they can dive into your mind and be like, "Oh, you're
Oh,
lying."
that's unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, I think of that one.
Yeah, that's what the Inquisition's for.
Is that what we seen in that video? Oh, I don't.
Maybe.
He's like looking through his mind. Then he found something, then he killed him. In the Astartes video?
No,
Okay.
he wasn't looking through his mind, but his mind got messed up.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah.
Okay. Wait, by the way, I thought that was... Okay, go.
So that was the Imperium of Man.
Yeah.
That was just like the
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
what this is going to be. I think is going to be encompassing all the things under the umbrella.
Yeah, of them. And then the other ones will be like... Aliens will be like part 2.
Yeah,
And stuff like that.
there might be chaos at the end of this one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, we pretty much only have this one and then the 20 minutes is up. Okay.
Right.
Oh, no, we got another one.
Two more.
We got
Two more
space.
factions.
Now, man. You finished. That's it, man. Game over, man.
The Imperial Guard is the main fighting force of the Imperium, and in a world of horrifying creatures, galactic monstrosities, the literal demons themselves breaking through the fabric of time to kill you, the Imperial Guard are untold billions of regular men and women wearing modern day like flak armor with a laser rifle. This is the humble las gun, the main weapon of the Imperial Guard. It fires superheated plasma lasers at an extremely fast fire rate. It is reliable, never jams. It can blow off limbs, giant holes in concrete. It is overall an extremely devastating weapon in modern day. It is one of the weakest in the 40k universe. Yeah, a laser rifle that never jams, it could blow off limbs, one of the weakest weapons. That's the world we're in right now. But who cares? Because the Imperial Guard has, in each battle, 500,000 of these men and women. 30,000 large armored tanks, 10,000 artillery batteries. The Imperial Guard wins through sheer numbers and firepower. They kind of have this World War I, World War II style aesthetic with legions of guardsmen as well as high company commanders and generals on the field along with them, and multiple kinds of troops. A normal Imperial Guard battle starts off with artillery, long lines of artillery, cracking the crust of the planet underneath the enemy's feet. And as this barrage continues, hundreds of thousands of guardsmen see a sea of guardsmen surges forward, firing and charging at everything possible while the planet rumbles as tanks roll up behind them. Gunships block out the sun and tanks block out the dirt with the steps and hoof prints of millions of guardsmen.
Kids love the taste of Pediasure.
Does not. I don't know if that match.
Plus.
Oh, this is closer.
Yeah, there we go.
Boop.
It is through numbers and sheer sundering firepower. They are the first and last line of defense for the Imperium and make up a huge bulk of the battles. The Imperial Guard is also made up of tons of different kinds of regiments. The Catachin Jungle Fighters live in a death world that's more hospitable than almost any firefight they'll ever get into. So they just have this steroid-looking, giant knife, Rambo Predator-looking sons of bitches where nothing is anywhere near as scary as a simple knight on their home planet. You have the Valhallan Winter Soldiers who haven't felt their toes in 300 years, the Mordian Iron Guard who are more interested in making their shoes shine than actually fighting a battle, and then of course the big one, the Cadians from Cadia. The biggest export of guardsmen in the entirety of the Imperium. You will fire your first gun at 5. You will disassemble and reassemble it at 10. You will have pounding artillery drills day in and day out at 15. And you'll fight your first Swarm Lord at 16. And if you mention Cadia, you will burst into an unrelenting amount of tears and sadness like I do daily. To quote, I have at my command an entire battle group of the Imperial Guard, 50 regiments including specialized drop troops, stealthers, mechanized formations, armored companies, combat engineers, and mobile artillery. Over 500,000 fighting men and 30,000 tanks and artillery pieces are mine to command. Emperor, show mercy to the fool that stands against me, for I shall not. The Imperial Guard are my personal favorite faction in 40k. They're the army I collect the most, the ones I enjoy playing the most, and the one I enjoy in the lore sense a lot. There's something about just a regular man with a laser rifle being told to charge the horrors of this universe and willingly doing so for his god emperor. It's just poetic. They actually represent the main Imperial Guard tactics pretty well. Large amounts of artillery that doesn't require a line of sight, lots of tanks, tons of infantry, drop troops, and gunships. Overall, they're pretty similar to how they sound, though a little bit expensive to collect, unfortunately. And they don't hit a lot. They have a bit of a bad aim, but you don't really care because you're just drowning them in shots. However, if you want more accurate fire and specialization, we can move on to talk about Spetsmarines.
You know what? As soon as he started talking about the Imperial Guards, I was like, and he kept going on, and it was like, they're just normal. They're like, I was like, these guys kind of seem like, and when we hear the rest, it'll be in more perspective, but I was like, no one's this favorite. No one's like, this is my favorite faction. And then he literally goes, this is my favorite. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Like,
but
that'd be the last one
because you haven't seen the other ones, because in perspective of they're so normal, the other ones are so wacky that I guess then to understand what normal people do in that sort of a world, you're kind of supporting it because that's closer to you, I guess, right?
Yeah. Possibly.
You're the
I want a cool looking one.
Yeah, no, me too.
One of the dudes at the start.
No, I'm not gonna lie, me too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's probably his reasoning for it. But they're very, it's very us. There's just so many of them that's why they're strong. But
Even then, they're not even.
Can I not just like?
strong.
Can they just not get better guns? Or am I? Or
No,
is that like
because
a
it's not
horrible?
cost effective?
Can't you just have the
You have
better
to-
guns at the front and just do half of them?
Why? I mean, you can win wars just by using them,
Okay.
and then when the wars get hard, you bring in
So
the
that,
Astartes.
and there's so many of them. It's like, just throw them in first, and then we'll do something
There's
later.
trillions.
Kinda-
Okay.
trillions
Do you get
and trillions.
told, this is, I don't know, this is like based on like real war and stuff anyway, but do you get told that you're the one going out first at the front?
Probably.
But is
or
it
you-
like
or
an
you,
honor?
or you won't know until your ship opens and you walk out and you go, fuck.
We're the front guys? Well, that sucks.
But is it an honor to
First day on
die?
the job?
Because you're serving that dead?
Probably.
The
I guess
Emperor?
if in that world there's nothing else you're looking forward to other than the war.
I mean,
So if you're at the back and you didn't make it, you're like, I fucking didn't even get a turn. Like, what the hell? This is lame.
Now I have to live another day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow, that's dark. Yeah.
But yeah, one thing about collecting those to play the tabletop is there's a lot. Like you'd have to build your army to
make it worthwhile.
Yeah, so you got to build combat points, and each unit is worth a certain amount of combat points. But because they're so shit, you need a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why it's expensive. He's saying.
It's that.
Can't you just say
Yeah,
there's?
and
I got
painting
one,
all of them
but
would
there's
be
like,
fun too.
but
Yeah.
I got one, but there's 20 of them. So you can't do that.
Well, there's 20 of them. No, because you have to move them all in.
Proxies.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, that's 20 of them. That's fine. All right, Space Marine. There's a theme.
Angels of Death are up next.
Angels
Space
of
Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs, their skin tissue is toughened, their bones are stronger, they're taller than the average person. They're pretty massive people, and these are the specialized super soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for the Imperium. And there's tons
Ross,
of
why were
legions
they
of
doing
them.
that?
In fact, there's one per
There's a storm
Primarch.
of
Each
sorts or something.
Primarch,
Ah.
the Emperor's son, as
Not
I
sure.
mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic upgrade they get is based on the genes of said Primarch. It's something called a gene seed. That's what brings them up to this like superhuman level. As stated, each Primarch has their own legion. Robot Girly Man has the Ultramarines. Jagatai Khan has the
What's
White
that mean?
Scars.
Your name's
Robot
Reboot
Gorn has
Gilliman.
the
Oh,
Corvus Corax has the Raven Guard, and there's a whole bunch of other side sections that are also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marines, which we will discuss in a bit. Humorously enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about Space Marines. They're superhumanly fast. In fact, it's been said that nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at
Is that a
blazing
bullet
fast
he's
speeds.
caught in
Their
his head?
reflexes are
No,
faster.
that's
Their
one of the,
skin is tougher. They are overall just
like an
extremely
implant to make 'em
powerful
better.
soldiers.
Oh, I
In
like the
fact,
idea of it
where
being
they
a bullet.
differ comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. For instance, the Ultramarines done by
got 'em.
Robot Gilliman are the main blue boys, strong in almost every way, the jack of all trades kind of group that
They're
are a
the
little
ones
bit
I've
too
seen
strong, and
when I
that's
think of the
a
Space
war
Marine.
problem.
that's
But
what most
the
people have
White
seen.
Scars by
Okay.
Jagatai Khan are all about speed freaks, go fast. We're talking attack bikes, we're talking land speeders. You want to go
They're
in
cool.
quick, you want to hit them hard, you want them to be swarming around like buzzflies, buzz saws, with the speed of buzz saws. Fuck you, Pale King. Salamanders love
played that
fire.
game?
Fire in the forge, fire in battle. Flamers, melta-guns, multi-meltas. Just so long as something can be burning, that's big. And they're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space Marines have this kind of like holier-than-thou thing because of their genetic strength.
The good
However, the
guys.
Salamanders tend to put human lives above the lives of
virgins.
themselves, which is actually rather rare. They're
good.
also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle black. Like they have a charcoal, dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes. Apparently something about living on their home planet of Nocturne, which I don't know if that makes much sense, but who cares? This is like fantasy land anyway. Overall, Salamanders are actually one of my personal favorite legions because they're just
at
really
that
cool.
one.
They're fun to play as because of all their flamer weapons, and they have a nice, like, more heartwarming lore as opposed to being super evil like everyone else is. Oh my god, we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine Legions. Imperial Fists boosting the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards,
What are the
master
little
of
babies
stealth
I
and
keep saying
sabotage
flying
while
above
having
them?
bird helmets.
cherub thing?
Iron
Yeah.
Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn
Yeah, go
good
back.
at being
That's the
sold
second one I'm
and
saying.
sabotage while
Just
having
before that.
evil like everyone else is.
Yeah,
Oh my
leave
god,
on.
we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine Legions. Imperial Fist.
So I believe they're like what they call servitors, which are just usually it's like the criminals or the people that are like dying, and they just lobotomize them pretty much,
Oh,
and they do shit work. They just automated things.
Jesus.
I'm not sure what they do with the kids though,
That's
Yeah.
the
messed
little
up.
cherubs. But I imagine it's something along those lines.
So there's 18 regions of Space.
Legions,
Oh, why did I say region?
because it sounds like Legion.
Well, there you go. That's probably a
Don't
reason.
worry, I keep saying fractions.
You're an idiot.
So
There's 18
That's
for each. Okay.
for each Primarch.
Yeah. Okay. But I know he's going past this really quickly, but now I want to hear about that. But anyway, go
What,
on.
Primarchs?
Well, no, but them and all of their legions.
So there's that many factions, and then that just one faction has that many underneath.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So there's like a level of, and then and I feel like because there's only like a little bit left, he's gonna blow through these last 3 quarters
Seems like
really
that.
quickly. Okay.
Believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while having bird helmets. Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space Wolves, Vikings and wolves and tons of wolves and axes, battle axes, fur everywhere. Space Wolves, angry, big teeth. Blood Angels, the genetic defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy called the Red Thirst. They have Cupid wings and stuff, which is a little bit strange, and they are all super gay for Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school knights and inner
Bryce gets all
circle
this
theme
wrong.
and
Yes. Jokes.
Are you a heretic?
Me? No, never. Once you knew I know.
Death Watch, a fancy anti-Xenos group that nobody plays because Death Watch, and they look cool though, but no one plays them. I don't know about Death Watch. They're there though. Black Templars, for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock. And I'm sure there's some other chapters I may have missed as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff. But those are the main ones right here.
Oh,
Here,
God.
quote from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them. They shall be of iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease, no sickness shall blight them. They shall have such tactics, strategies, and machines that no foe will best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my space marines, and they shall know no fear.
Hey, stop using these for ear cleaning. They're even
Every time he
banned
gets
to use
me.
in the United Kingdom.
Like, who is that?
And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines are laughably strong. That might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have it's like a Swiss Army knife, a tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super badass, but unfortunately, it's time we start praying to our new god, the 2011 Honda Civic.
So is it anyone?
And that's it for this one.
Okay. I have a couple of questions about the tabletop thing.
Okay.
You play a lot of tabletop,
I haven't played any.
but you
I've been meaning to, but I haven't.
you got no friends to play
Yeah,
it with.
pretty
Who
much.
do you collect? He's peeking.
Starties.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I bought a box that had the Necrons in it, which will come up next
Oh,
video,
cool.
and it's also got Starties in it. They're in there
Interesting.
somewhere.
Yeah, that was a lot. There's a lot of the space. It does seem cool though. I feel like, God, why are they so different? Just because of you're gonna have to remind me of the 18 what are they called?
Primarchs?
Primarchs. Jeez, I keep wanting to say psych. No, that's not right.
Psych.
Got him. Why are they so different from each Primarch though? Just personality.
Between like the
Yeah, like why are
So-
these Space Marines like these like completely different than the other? Wouldn't they?
okay. So this, I didn't want to drop this on you way earlier.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's-
Are these going to mention it later? Or not?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, he might, but probably not.
Okay.
So, when the Emperor was making all the Primarchs, he had them all on Earth, and he was making them, growing them in test tubes or whatever. And he's like, cool, cool, cool. And then the Chaos Gods were like, fuck you. And they went, and they scattered them across the galaxy. And so he was like, cool. So he went, time to go find all my sons. And then the first one he ran into was Horus. And then for like 200 years, they just went through the universe fucking shit up, finding all the rest of his brothers. So they grew up on their planets
That's why they have all different personalities, and
That's
different
why,
traits, and
yeah.
different like things like that.
So they landed on different planets, and that's why some snow planets. So they grew
yeah.
that way, or volcano planets and
Mm.
stuff like that.
Okay.
They
Like-
did have a picture on there. There was all the Space Marines and planets next to them all at one point. Is that one? Yeah. Yeah. It's got it blurred, but it has planets next to all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just thought Jayson was paying attention. That's all.
Do you think I can read blur? Oh no, now it's not blurred.
There you go.
Ah, okay.
But I was wondering the same
Yeah, but I
thing.
didn't know that they got like pushed out there and that other because they could have all grown up together, picking each other's noses, and
They could have had a great time together, but they didn't get a chance to because Chaos is asshole.
No.
did they get named in order of found?
No. So, Horus was the first found, but what legion is he?
Or is it just like a zone, a place, how far away? I don't know.
So all the pretty sure all the Space Marine factions, they existed before the Primarchs, and then they were assigned to the Primarch when the Primarch was found.
Oh,
I believe. I think.
I thought you said the other way around, but I don't know. Look,
So like, yeah. So but then a lot of the Primarchs renamed their. Some of the Primarchs renamed their legions
oh, okay.
to be more in line. So like the World Eaters in the middle there, they weren't called the World Eaters before. But then Angron was like, fuck it, we're called the World Eaters now. Angron's a really angry guy, in case you didn't know.
Angron.
Angron.
Yeah.
Never would have guessed it. Interesting. Yeah, so that was only 2 factions, but we did have that whole beginning bit as well of talking about some other stuff like recapturing us on it.
We didn't know there was going to be 18 legions.
Yeah, yeah. Here's this one faction, and then 18 little other things in that. Oh god.
And he didn't even go over all of
He
them.
didn't. Because he said he only went through a quarter, then named like 10 more maybe, very quickly, and then he was done.
And why does he say, did he stuff up when he said 20, not 18, or 2 are missing?
So there's
Yeah.
2 that kind of we don't know. We don't know what happened to them. They're
Okay,
kinda like
so there was
question
20.
marks. It's like if you opened up the book that had all of them in there, you'd get to one of them and it'd be just redacted. You wouldn't see what's in there. You're like, so what happened?
I know. I'm not going to say it.
Feel like you
Tell
know.
us.
Feel like you know, and you're not telling me.
I wish I knew.
Someone
The only
out there
person-
knows.
the only
Tell
person
me.
The only person that probably knows is the Emperor, and he's kind of dying.
Kind of dying. Oh, okay.
He looks like he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. He's better. He's a more
More
gooder
gooder.
than I thought. What was the legion that were good? That have a no. Sorry, I didn't mean good. All right. What I meant to say was because he said that they had like a heart. It had one of them.
Salamander.
It had one of them picking up like a body.
The green guy.
Yeah, they were like, oh, because they feel passion or feel I don't know. So far, I like them because they're the gooderest. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the good guys.
What? 317.
They're compassionate.
Yeah, we'll say
That's
that.
why you like them.
Whoa.
They're like me.
I just want to love. I don't know. Sometimes you want to find some good in the world.
God, this world is not for Jayson.
No. Until I mean, like, I want to hear the way that they would interact with other things. Things they're the only ones that have this compassion.
Fair enough.
Wait, do they ever fight together?
The legions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
These
A
little
lot
sets
of
had
the
them
time.
fighting together.
Yeah, but I
Pictures.
mean, like, it seems like they're very like their own thing. Like, but
There'll be
they're-
times when they're like, "Hey, we need help on this world," and then they'll come in, and then they'll all fucking.
It was the same cause.
Yeah.
But like, if you're playing tabletop, do you use 2?
No.
You can only
You
use
just
one.
use one. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the Emperor part of any sets? They only use that one image of him every time. Is that the only image available?
The rotting one.
Yeah.
So there is the one where he's all cute and he's got long hair.
No. Yeah. We did
But-
in that other history one. We did have a different angle where he was at a chair and they were all below, and he looked massive.
Yeah.
But he's probably the size of a space marine.
A bit bigger than a space marine.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, psychers can make themselves appear bigger than they actually are.
Okay.
So he might just
Jeez, I
be.
could use that.
He could be like
Oh,
he could be like 4 foot tall because he's a psyker. He's like, I'm 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My nephew does that all the time.
yeah. I'm smarter than you.
No, that was a good place to start, though. It seems
yeah.
like we're starting not the most we could relate to, but the human type thing. Then we're going to expand and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we're gonna get some
Nurgle thing
weird
running
shit.
around.
Yeah, I feel.
No,
it's
you
gonna be
get
some
excited for
weird
chaos,
ass shit.
baby.
Oh god,
That's where the fun starts.
I'm a little bit
Mm.
nervous of just how dark it's gonna get. My
But,
bloody compassionate friends over here are gonna be fucking.
They better not die.
No.
So
The good boys.
in the next video, it's going to be Adeptus Mechanicus,
Yeah,
Sisters of Battle,
yeah.
and the Grey Knight.
You skipped the Dark Angels.
Or Dark Angel. Yeah.
No, we
No,
watched
we
that.
just watched that one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that. That was yeah.
They called the Dark Angels?
It was one of the legions, right?
All right, go back to the start.
And what else? Grey Knights
Knight.
and
Imperial Knights.
oh,
Yeah, those are the big tank things that walk around, stomping on people.
Oh, okay.
Those really tall ones.
unfortunate for everyone.
Yeah, that's not. What is that long word?
Yeah. What was-
Adeptus Custodes. We'll talk about that next video.
oh god. Okay. Wrap it up, and then we'll do another one sometime.
Cool. Well,
Oh.
nothing else to add?
I'm enjoying it, and I want to learn more. And
Cool.
yeah,
There's a
Wait.
friggin' lot though.
yeah.
Even
a
just that.
Look.
That was, and there's probably not even like touching upon.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
No, we know. No, that's it. All right.
Yep.
End it right there. There we go. Thank you. But there's a lot going on. I've never dipped my
Yeah.
toe into any of this. So if I'm asking dumb questions, it's because I'm dumb.
Forgive
No
us,
such thing as a
please.
dumb question, Jay.
It's
You're
true.
just trying to learn.
Yeah, I just want to know.
But if you ask the same question twice, you're an idiot.
Well, I probably
Said
will do
twice.
that, by the way.
You fucked
Also,
up
like, there's
calling him an idiot.
there's a lot of comments in there, and like I'll look at a comment, and I'll be like, I don't know what that means. I'm so after this, I'm actually interested. I want to watch this, and then go back to the old comments. There's a lot of them.
And then be like,
I
I don't get it still.
I still don't understand. And then I might comment on some old ones, stuff like that.
Yeah, cool.
Just thought I'd say that.
All right. Well, thanks for watching along with us, guys. We hope you enjoyed our reaction, and be sure to tune in for the next one. This is going to be a 6-part series, most likely.
We're
Doing the
learning.
math on the channel on the time does seem that.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
So part 1, then part 1, part 2, part 1, part
Yeah.
3, part 2, part 1, part 2, part 2, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
I think I nailed
Yeah,
it.
quick math.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Thanks for watching. Bye. See ya. Love you.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Do you want to do the other 20 minutes now?
You're a bit of a heretic.
Why?